One night, near the small Irish island of Arran, a strange flare lights up the dark sky. The crew of a nearby fishing trawler Sea Harvester contacts the Coast Guard, only to hear there were no distress signals. Driven by curiosity, the sailors approach the area where the object fell, but one by one, they vanish overboard. The next morning, Officer Shanos wakes up with a pounding hangover, just as Lisa Nolan, a police officer from Dublin, arrives on the island. Lisa finds the island's peaceful setting charming, seeming like a place where nothing terrible could happen. Kieran, her new partner, picks her up in his car, and Lisa immediately notices his disheveled state. Meanwhile, Dr. Gleon discovers dead whales washed ashore, bearing gruesome injuries. As Lisa meets her colleagues, Kieran is surprised by her sudden arrival, though orders are orders. Fisherman Paddy Barrett, meanwhile, finds a bizarre creature with blue tentacles in his lobster trap, which sprays foul-smelling liquid at his partner, Murphy. The fishermen are perplexed, having never encountered such a creature. At the same time, the police respond to a call from Dr. Gleon at the beach, where marine ecologist Adam Smith examines the whales, explaining that their wounds came from the sea, not rocks. Paddy brings the captured creature home, putting it in his bathtub. Kieran organizes the transport of the whale carcass to the lab for Smith's study. As workers leave the beach, one of them discovers a strange round object in the sand, resembling an egg of some unknown species. As he digs it up, an unidentified creature attacks him and drags him into the sea. His supervisor searches for him, but finds no trace. Later, Kieran and Paddy meet at a bar, hearing news about the mysterious disappearance of the fishing trawler's crew. Paddy mentions the sea creature he caught, but Kieran is skeptical and heads home. That night, Murphy hears a knock at his door. He opens it to find fisherman Cooney, acting strangely, almost inviting him to dance. Murphy steps outside and is pulled onto the roof. His wife tries to hide in the house, but is pulled up through the chimney before she can secure it. Elsewhere, Kieran shows up at Lisa's door inebriated, and she suggests he finish the night at home, surprised at his daily drinking. Kieran, hearing her hint to sleep it off, promptly passes out. Meanwhile, Paddy returns home, only to find an egg in his bathtub instead of the creature he captured. He notices a foul slime on the wall, and tentacles suddenly descend from the ceiling. As the creature attacks, Paddy manages to tear it apart and stomp it to death. In the morning, the hotel owner suggests to Lisa that she should pay attention to Kieran, mentioning that he's a widower who drinks to cope with his loss, though Lisa might be able to help him get back on track. Lisa heads to the station where she left Kieran the previous night, as she didn't know his address to escort him home. Just then, a call comes in from Paddy, who hopes to claim a reward for the creature he killed and brought to Smith's lab that morning. He calls it a grabber, although the scientist disagrees, preferring a name that reflects its species, though he admits he has no idea what it is, having never seen such a creature before. Smith examines the creature's tongue, which shoots out like a frog's and is covered in holes for sucking blood, resembling a rare deep-sea vampire squid, though this creature seems alien. Wiping away its slime reveals a glowing skin, and Smith states it needs blood and water to survive. Paddy immediately asks if it could be sold on eBay, but Smith forbids him, noting it's a pregnant female, as shown by the egg it carried. Later, Kieran suggests this creature might be linked to the whales' deaths, but Lisa doubts it, considering the creature is much smaller than the whales. Soon, Kieran and Lisa find Cooney's car near Murphy's house, where they notice strange debris on the roof. Climbing up, Lisa finds pieces of the dress Murphy's wife wore before her death. When she tugs on them, a round object falls from the chimney and lands on Kieran's head. He recoils in pain, but quickly realizes it's Murphy's head in front of him. The doctor they consult is baffled, unable to explain such a violent act. Their discussion is interrupted by Paddy, who shows the police his broken wall and the bathtub lying on his lawn. Kieran then marks a map with the incident locations, all near the same bay, suggesting a male creature may live there. Paddy recalls a cave at Black Rocks, and the team heads there. Inside, Kieran and Lisa find a fishing vest, while Paddy spots eggs in the sand, ready to hatch. Suddenly, a massive alien squid appears, sending the group fleeing, dragging Paddy along as they run. Later, they try to call for help, which only gets a response when Lisa confirms the severity of the threat. The team heads back to the lab, where Smith has concluded that the whales were prey for these creatures. Kieran pours a flammable substance over the female's body, believing the male will come for it, then sets it on fire. But the lab's sprinkler system activates, dousing the flames. The temperature change reanimates the dead female. Armed with a chair, knife, and rolled-up magazine, Smith, Lisa, and Kieran brace themselves, but the alien soon strikes, catching them off guard. The squid wraps its tentacles around Kieran's head, but Smith and Lisa manage to pull it off, and the creature spits out human blood before collapsing. Dead. They finish it off, though Smith regrets missing out on what could have been a groundbreaking discovery. Lisa suddenly worries about what the newborn creatures will eat now that the whales are gone. Just then, Paddy enters the lab, surprising everyone with his survival. He mentions his diet, but Kieran realizes that Paddy was drunk and concludes that the creatures are allergic to alcohol, which could be key to surviving the night. Since help is coming tomorrow, Kieran proposes gathering everyone at the bar for a massive drinking party. They explain the situation to the bar owner, Brian, and even show him a piece of the creature. Though skeptical, Brian agrees. Lisa, who's never drunk alcohol, is hesitant, but Kieran promises to stay sober to keep things under control. Later, Lisa takes a drink and quickly becomes tipsy, mocking her friends and getting fully drunk on Paddy's homemade brew. The doctor takes a sample of her blood to feed a newborn creature, which dies almost immediately, confirming the drink's strength is crucial. The police gather the islanders from the church, inviting them to a party in Lisa's honor, and they head to the bar enthusiastically. As everyone enjoys the party, Kieran and his team count their weapons: a nail gun, a toy gun without bullets, a flare gun, and a water gun, which Brian plans to fill with gasoline to make a flamethrower. Meanwhile, Lisa and Kieran sit in a car outside, keeping watch in the rain. Tipsy, Lisa admits her feelings for Kieran, but he, unaccustomed to confessions while sober, asks to revisit the conversation in the morning. Just then, the doctor steps outside and is ambushed by small creatures covering the beach. One latches onto his face and he screams, alerting Kieran and Lisa, who come to his aid. Lisa throws off the creatures while Kieran frees the doctor, but a giant male alien appears, devouring the doctor. Kieran and Lisa retreat to the car, but the squid grabs it, shaking them violently. Suddenly, the police siren blares, causing the creature to release the car. Brian opens the doors to see what's going on, allowing Kieran and Lisa to jump into the building. Brian instructs Smith to light the candle on the gas-filled gun. But Smith struggles, and the candle goes out in the rain just as he steps outside to ignite the creature. Kieran barely manages to pull Brian back to safety. Brian realizes they need to replace the barrels of alcohol before it runs out. But as some people start to leave, Kieran tries to keep everyone in the bar. Brian blames Paddy for bringing the creatures to the island, sparking a fight. In the commotion, a very drunk Smith steps outside to take a photo of the creature, which immediately grabs him with its tentacles and throws him far away. Kieran then orders everyone to run upstairs as the monster breaks down the wall, and baby creatures swarm into the bar. He locks the stairwell doors but feels the need to reveal everything. Paddy recalls that the female creature marked Kieran, meaning the male monster likely sees him as a mate. The group tries to figure out a plan, but they lack weapons or a clear strategy. Lisa remembers the loader at the construction site. If they can trap the monster away from the sea, it may die. But they need a truck to reach the site, and the keys are downstairs. Kieran can't get past the monster, so Lisa volunteers. Armed with a nail gun, the heavily tipsy Lisa goes downstairs, deals with a few baby creatures, finds a bottle of alcohol, and then locates the truck keys. Just as she's about to escape, the alien's tentacles break through the door. Lisa strikes a match, setting the bar on fire, and narrowly escapes as the creature drags her outside. Fighting back, she breaks free. Smelling smoke, Kieran exits through a window as the monster reaches the roof. He spots Lisa in the truck and jumps into the back. They speed to the construction site, the creature in hot pursuit. At the site, Kieran leads the monster to a pit filled with fuel barrels, readying the flare gun. However, the creature pulls him into the pit. Lisa arrives in the loader but loses control, accidentally dropping it onto the creature, pinning it. Just as they're about to celebrate, a tentacle wraps around Kieran. The monster prepares to devour him, but Kieran pours alcohol from his bottle into its mouth. It throws him aside, and Lisa shoots it with the flare gun, causing it to explode. At dawn, the islanders wake up with hangovers, regretting the end of such a wild night. Kieran tosses away his flask and kisses Lisa. Meanwhile, on the shore, a baby alien squid begins to hatch. This indie comedy is unexpectedly heartfelt, full of humor and charm, with witty jokes, strong performances, and even a surprising romantic twist. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this movie recap, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more exciting recaps of your favorite films. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment with your favorite part or suggestions for future recaps. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.